The highly anticipated LEGO Animal Crossing sets are finally here. With 5 sets so far, what should you consider spending your hard-earned bells on? How do these sets stack up against one another? How are these guys so adorable? Sorry, I got a little carried away there. We'll be discussing this and more because we'll be ranking every new Animal Crossing set so far from smallest to largest in this video. As for our tiers, we're going with 5-Star Island for S, the best of the best. Happy Lego Paradise for A, I stole that name from the DLC. Random Floating Gift for B, it may not be exactly what you want, but it's still fun. Duplicate Crafting Recipe for C, it's not everybody's favorite, but it's not bad either. And Tarantula Bite for the bottom tier, these are terrifying and nobody likes them. Before we continue, I just want to clarify that this is the opinion of some random dude on the internet. My list may differ from yours, and that's okay. Now, let's go rank some sets. First up is Julian's birthday party, the smallest set of the bunch at $15. Julian here is a fetching figure, I especially like his jacket, but to me, the figure is really the only true standout of the set, as the build itself doesn't exactly scream Animal Crossing to me. While birthday parties are a fun aspect of the game, and it makes sense to have a set focus on one, the set comes off as more of a LEGO Friends set that happens to have an Animal Crossing character in it. Another funny thing is that Julian's birthday is March 15th, but this set comes with a cherry blossom tree. Why is that relevant? Cherry blossom trees only appear in New Horizons in April or October, depending on the hemisphere you're in. But our boy's birthday is way earlier than that. That makes me think, are we really celebrating Julian's birthday? Is this even the real Julian? I'm just joking, but we're keeping an eye on you. Anyway, if you like Julian, definitely pick up this set. If Julian isn't your favorite and you're just looking to pick up any of the small Animal Crossing sets, I go with one of those instead. From a display perspective, again, it's not bad, but it's not exactly Animal Crossing. From a play perspective, it's kinda sad to have Julian alone at his birthday party. Overall, duplicate crafting recipe. Next is Bunny's Outdoor Activities, which retails for $20, yet has slightly fewer pieces than Julian's set. Unlike his, I think this set does a lot better job at presenting Animal Crossing both from a display and play perspective. For display, you get a lot of the essentials of Animal Crossing like hills, a waterfall, and a tent. Full trees, albeit simple builds, represent the shapes in game fairly well. Just watch out for this guy. From a play perspective, how LEGO implemented the pole vault is really fun. It's an organic way to include a key item from the game. Also, with how modular these Animal Crossing sets are, with the instructions even encouraging you to switch it up, I think you could implement this set seamlessly with any of the others because all these structures are essential to the game. But on its own, you still have a lot of fun combinations. And we haven't even touched on Bunny yet. She is absolutely adorable, but I'm also kind of biased since she's one of my villagers in game. So having her in a low price set for me makes this very worth it. Overall, not only do you get a cute figure, but you get a build with many of the essentials of Animal Crossing that's a solid display piece on its own or with the other sets. Happy Lego Paradise. Next is Cap's Island Boat Tour, and how about these figures, am I right? Listen, my other jokes for this segment weren't great either. First, Cap'n's a fun guy. In New Horizons, he takes you to deserted islands while serenading you, and he's been with the series since the beginning. The figure itself captures the shape of his head rather well. Now Marshall, on the other hand, people are gonna go nuts for. Marshall's one of the more popular villager characters, and that smug look in New Squirrel Tailpiece really captures his personality. As for the set itself, this is one of those that's more of a play than display. From a playability standpoint, it's good to have a secondary location from the main village, especially since visiting other islands is an important part of New Horizons gameplay loop. As a display piece though, it's kind of all over the place for me. Sure, it comes with everything you'd find on one of these islands like a coconut tree, a workbench, and some hidden treasure, but the lack of cohesion just doesn't work for me. Overall, if you like the figures, don't let this stop you, but if you aren't biased towards any character and just want an inexpensive set, I consider one of the other options. Overall, duplicate crafting recipe. Approaching the larger sets of the wave, Isabelle's House Visit at $40 is my personal favorite. From a display and play perspective, this set just captures the essence of Animal Crossing. First, the figures are top notch. This is where we get the famous Isabelle, who is yet another adorable minifigure. I'm sure a lot of Smash fans will consider picking this up in particular just for her. Fauna as well as a very endearing figure. Both figures seem to be based on their New Leaf appearances, which makes sense for Isabelle since it's her most iconic look, but is an interesting choice for both since this wave of sets is mainly based on New Horizons. Fauna's house, while not exactly one-to-one with any game images I could find, still captures the look of an AC house very well. The exterior with things like an apple tree, some great printed pieces, a mini workbench, lots of flowers, and a floating gift box with a paint set inside really cements this set with a lot of cool accessories to complete the AC look. The inside of the house, though, is peak Animal Crossing. You might say this is just an empty room, but in the LEGO instructions, they don't tell you where to place the furniture. So just like in the game, the intent is to give you free reign and make it your own. It may seem like a small thing, but to me, this is a perfect union of the LEGO and in-game Animal Crossing building systems. So whether you want a cute house for your shelf that screams Animal Crossing, or could do some dollhouse-like play with the furniture inside, there's something for everybody with this set. With all that said, if you could only pick up one Animal Crossing set, I'd highly recommend Isabelle's House Visit. 5-star Island. The largest set on this list is Nook's Cranny and Rosie's House, which retails for $75. If one building retails for $40, the math checks out for 2. This is especially fun if you have someone to build with, as each person can take a building each. But for those of us who are forever alone, we'll be putting in double time. Our two figures continue the theme of being adorable. Tom Nook, based on his New Horizons look, is very well represented with that new head mold. He'll definitely be sought after by fans as he's one of the most iconic characters in the series. Rosie is also great, but bias comes into play for me again since she's one of my favorite villagers. Rosie's house is practically a one-to-one adaptation from New Horizons, which is really cool to see. It has the same design logic as Fauna with the freeform interior that makes it great for play or display. Also, shout out to Bubblegum KK on the wall, great song. The extra platforms with an orange tree, umbrella, and nothing make it easy to connect to Nook's Cranny and other sets. Speaking of Nook's Cranny, for me, it does a lot of things right, but also leaves a bit to be desired. The exterior is designed well, with the curtains and streamers making for a cool symmetrical build. The drop-off box and sign in the front with printed pieces are also nice touches. It's up on the roof where I'm kinda disappointed. While we get a nice printed piece, it also ignores the part of the sign that says Nook's Cranny. The interior also isn't as bombastic as in-game or compared to the other LEGO houses. Another miss for me is the lack of Timmy and Tommy who, you know, work at the store. I'm sure they'll be in future sets, but I'm really feeling their absence here. Ultimately, I'm torn on where to rank this. Rosie's house is a slam dunk to me, and Nook's Cranny is fine, but for such an important building, I just wish we got more. Maybe I just let my expectations get too high from seeing that rejected LEGO Ideas set. As much as I like the 2-pack concept, I would have rather these been separate if it meant getting a bigger and more built up store. With that said, random floating gift. While that's technically all 5 sets, there is one more that we'll cover as a bonus. Maple's Pumpkin Garden was a polybag given out for free with certain purchases over $50 at the LEGO store and LEGO Shop at Home from March 1st to March 10th. Marketing details aside, it's cool to see her get an unbearably cute figure. Even without my bias for Maple, since she's yet another one of my villagers, this is just a textbook great polybag. Maple is, as of the recording of this video, an exclusive minifigure, and the garden fits seamlessly with any of the other Animal Crossing sets. In particular, I'd say it's a good fit with either Isabelle's visit to expand the garden there, or as more platforms for Bunny's outdoor adventure. While I wouldn't be surprised if Maple pops up in a future set, as LEGO rarely puts exclusive characters in these retail polybags. At most, they'll do a remix variant of a character that's technically exclusive. In the meantime, she's a nice surprise with a build that fits seamlessly with any of the other Animal Crossing sets. Happy LEGO Paradise. So this is my ranking of every LEGO Animal Crossing set so far. Luckily, no tarantula bites. No matter where I rank these sets, I had a great time with all of them, and I'm looking forward to future waves. I've also never bought a full wave of sets like this in one go, so it's very satisfying to see them all together. I'm hoping Tom Nook might be able to spot me some bells for next time though. But that's enough for me. Let me know what you guys think of the new Animal Crossing sets in the comments below, and until next time, happy building.